What is good, internet? It is Spirit of Paradox here, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be covering Ultimate Black Panther issue number 10, and we get to see more of the new Sorceress Supreme. Personally, for me, I think this run has lost all the wind in its sails, and I'm honestly not interested anymore. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But before we start this video, if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, this is the channel you want to be on. We cover the original and the new on the channel, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let's begin. The story begins with a badly injured Ultimate Khonshu running throughout an alleyway, but an explosion goes off, sending him flying through a wall, with somebody waiting for him. It seems God has fallen, but can he find the strength to stand? As we find out, the person who was waiting for Khonshu is actually Ultimate Black Panther, ready to kick his ass. Ultimate Khonshu screams in a fit of rage and activates an energy weapon. God screams, says Black Panther, but we see Khonshu goes in for the attack, but Black Panther sees it coming and basically destroys Khonshu's energy weapon with a kick. But then, Ultimate Black Panther goes in for the kill and rams his hand straight through Khonshu's stomach and seemingly ripping out his heart doing so. I must say, this is a very cool image. And now, God is dead, says Black Panther, as he holds the defeated Khonshu and just flings him on the ground. But someone says, "You serve well." What? I serve no one, says Black Panther. And then we see a shadowy figure that looks much better drawn than Peach Momoko's scribble monster, and it tells Black Panther, "King of nothing, slave to the ancients, you serve the will of the cosmos. Did you think you could use the element without humility? Did you think you control it?" "I think I don't need Vibranium," says Black Panther. "Strong words, slave. Then free yourself." As we see Black Panther start to hallucinate and begin to have an extreme headache. And then, with Ultimate Black Panther screaming in pain, the dark entity says to him, "You are Vibranium," as we see his face and his mask seemingly peeling off as he was trying to claw at it. And this could potentially mean that Vibranium and Black Panther in this universe go hand in hand. Think of it somewhat like a symbiotic relationship, but not exactly the same as a traditional symbiote. And we see how all of his skin is coming off, and you can see the flesh underneath where his skin would normally be. But we find out that this is all just a bad dream that T'Challa is having. As we see T'Challa still sweating from the dream, Okoye asks him, "Another nightmare? And what do you dream of, my king?" And T'Challa tells her, "My dreams are mine to ponder, Okoye. You leave the bedchamber in the dead of night. I find you on the floor shaking in front of your own throne. When you suffer, you do not suffer alone. I shouldn't have to say that." And T'Challa makes a good point here. So, should I say that our fear may be corrupting us, and that Vibranium has secrets we do not understand? And then should I say that I have no concept of what to do? If that is the truth, says Okoye, I need to work. I will be in my laboratory. Shuri wants her war, T'Challa. For a month, you've been removed from her, me, Wakanda. Tell Shuri I dream of Khonshu, of Moon Knight, and tell her in every dream he dies with his blood on my hands. This is not her war, it is mine, and it seems I have already won. In the next page, we follow up with Storm and Killmonger and Inan, the Sorceress Supreme, and she says, "Ships are slow, and ships are safe," replies Storm, "depending on where the ships are headed. Tell me about this Wakanda." "It's a kingdom in isolation, at war with a man who might be a god." Might be a god? Usually gods are certain. A possible god, at war with a king who doesn't wear the throne well. This is where we're headed. And we've been traveling for 4 weeks, and you haven't told us anything about you, Inan. You sought me out, Aurora. I thought you knew everything you needed to know. T'Challa, King of Wakanda, needed someone who knows magic, someone who can help him kill a god. Inan the God Killer. You know, I don't hate that so much. I've asked you before, and I'll ask you again. Why were you in captivity? Asks Storm, as she starts to use her lightning abilities as an intimidation tactic. And Inan tells her, because magic is a science people don't understand. And it's a power they cannot control, which scares those who do not wish to be humble. Nice big boat you have, but the ocean is bigger. Show them. And then Inan summons a giant megalodon, and it does a big dive over the big boat. "Goddess," says Storm. "How humble do you feel now?" asks Inan. "This is why I was in captivity. I know how small I am in the fabric of the universe. My enemies don't, and I might have destroyed a warlord because I didn't like his ethics. There's that too." And Killmonger shows up and asks, "I'm assuming she called the shark." "She did. Nice trick. Your thoughts?" "She is joyful chaos. I'm not sure if you think that's a good or a bad thing. I have not decided yet." But as these two are talking, we see a helicopter in the background flying towards the boat. And in seconds, this helicopter opens fire at the boat, specifically at Storm and Killmonger. And as we see they do their best to try and dodge the bullets, unfortunately, Killmonger got hit. "Eric!" "I'm hit." "Steady, Eric. I'll tend to your friend. These people are here for me. Worry not. I will do this with pleasure." Inan uses her magic abilities to create a shield to protect Storm and Killmonger. And then she says, "Halt," stopping the helicopter's engine while the pilot shouts, "The engine stopped! The blades!" "Now fall," says Inan. And as this helicopter begins to fall, Inan says, "Feed." And the giant megalodon comes back out of the water and straight up eats the helicopter in one bite. Then again, that helicopter was really small, so that must have been like the size of like 3 Tic Tacs compared to this megalodon, and it straight up goes back in the water. As Inan has dealt with the threat, she heads back to Killmonger. "My enemies have caused you pain. For that I am sorry. Step aside, Aurora, as we see Killmonger slowly dying in pain. Please, trust me. I feel your will. It's strong. It will make this easier." And then her eye begins to glow purple as she says, "Heal." Storm shouts, "What are you doing to him?" I'm creating a small rift between time and space to accelerate his natural healing process. And then we see her straight up doing that, and hasn't like a yellow or orange energy effect, so I'm assuming this is regular magic she's using. But Storm asks her, "You can do that?" When I'm motivated. There, all better. I'm sorry my enemies tracked me to this ship. I suppose it wasn't as safe as we thought. And Storm asks, "Were those your captors?" Who knows? I've ruffled a few feathers in the world. I don't ask for receipts when people try to kill me. But I sense nothing approaching. We are safe for now. The innocent people on this ship are also safe. But perhaps I need to accelerate our departure, as we see Inan begin to use her abilities to do something pretty cool. Inan uses her magic abilities to summon her Sorceress Supreme suit, and I've got to say it's pretty good. "Africa is the way. Let us not waste more time. You set me free and almost died protecting me. Inan, the Sorceress Supreme, is at your service. Perhaps your Wakandan king has found his god killer after all." And that is where Ultimate Black Panther issue number 10 ends. So that was Ultimate Black Panther issue number 10. And I have got to say, I have really lost pretty much all excitement for this run because of how the story has been paced. I think this whole "we have to stretch out the story plot until the return of the Maker" really is hindering the storytelling with all, well, I've only been reading 3 out of the 4 books, but when it comes down to this, I think we need more storytelling, and I do appreciate this run for being more visual than dialogue when it comes down to its storytelling. Like, it's very visual, lots of actions, well done artwork as well. But I think when it comes down to the pacing of this storyline's plot, I think it's just all over the place. Because if you think about it, based on all of the issues we get, or specifically this issue, we get at max, like actual time we're talking about, like 5 minutes with T'Challa with his nightmare and with Okoye, and then like another 5 minutes goes by when it comes down to Inan, Aurora, and Killmonger on the boat. And if you think about it, each issue that goes by, an entire month is actually gone by. You know, so if this issue comes out on the 1st and it comes out the next month on the 1st, those actual days have passed in the Ultimate Universe. What is going on behind the scenes? Like, I want to know the things that we don't see, because when we actually do get to see these characters, we're only seeing them for about 5 minutes per scene, and then we wait another month to get the same process. One thing I did like about this issue is Inan, the new Sorceress Supreme. She's very beautiful, and she is a very nice character. She has a heart, she heals people as well, and she's very humble when it comes down to her abilities, and so far I'm liking that. You know, because typically with modern entertainment, they like to make those boss bitch type of women that nobody likes. You know, like, boss bitches in real life are the most irritating women to be about or be around, because they're the most irritating and narcissistic. But luckily for this character, I don't get any of that. When the new Ultimate Hawkeye, my man was straight up shouting racist rhetoric towards Captain America. That's not how you introduce a new character that's going to be taking on somebody else's mantle. That weren't the way. This character shows that, yeah, she's got a heart, she's nice, you know, and she's also very powerful as well. So I did like that. I did like the fight scene, or the dream sequence with Black Panther killing Ultimate Khonshu as well. I thought that was really cool. But like I said, that was a nothing burger fight, because it's not an actual real fight scene. But potentially it could be hinting towards how Khonshu will end up in the future of the Ultimate Universe, perhaps? We have to wait and see. Maybe if Khonshu dies, we might actually get regular Mark Spector again, like every Moon Knight fan wants, but still. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I can recommend this issue, not because of how, if it's bad or anything, it's just hasn't got enough story for me to recommend this issue, unless you want to see the reveal with Inan coming out as the Sorceress Supreme, or that little fight scene between Khonshu and Black Panther in the dream sequence. Is that worth $4 to you? You let me know, but I don't think I can recommend this one, purely based on that. But if you guys have read the issue, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not? And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. And if you didn't, drop a dislike. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.